Hey guys, this is David Childress, creator of Autowrestle.com. I'm going to try and go through this relatively quickly. I've got about 15 minutes to record this video, not because I'm in a rush, but that's all the recording time the free software allows me at this point. So you'll go to demo.autowrestle.com, and that's the site you can go and play with Autowrestle and not have fear that you're going to mess anything up. We're going to click on login. The username is demo@autowrestle.com. The password is password. All lowercase, no special letters. Once you're logged in, you have your user menu where you can manage wrestlers, manage a tournament, or add a new team. Add a new team is if you need to add a team that's not in the drop-down list. We're going to go to manage tournament, and you can see we have one tournament in the list. And now you can see it plainly tells us we're on a demo site. Autowrestle set up to use a menu system from left to right. But explaining the home screen, we have it shows us we have 3 divisions configured for this tournament. 128 wrestlers in the novice divisions, broken down by 23 teams, and we have assigned it 4 mats. 122 wrestlers, 24 teams, and 3 mats for the juniors. That is done configured under tournament and basically the last 2 items here. So if I go to edit info, this is where the tournament information is. The tournament date, that's the actual date of the tournament. The open date is when the tournament will show up on the website and be available for people to start registering. The flyer is if you need to upload a flyer. Allow double brackets if this is set to yes, will allow a wrestler to enter 2 brackets. Show registered wrestlers if this is set to yes. On the home screen, you'll have this button where you can see the registered wrestlers. If you set that to, I'll set it to no. Sorry, save it at no. And if I go back, you can see that button is now gone. Edit divisions. So, like I said, we have 3 divisions: novice, junior, senior. Starting with mat 1 for our novice, total of 4 mats. So it'll be mat 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're telling it we want a total of 4 wrestlers per bracket. The junior division will begin with mat 5, and we'll have a total of 3 mats. So 5, 6, and 7. If we edit the novice division, that's made up of 3 groups. Pre-K through 1st grade, 2nd through 3rd, 4th through 5th. These are the minimum ages we're expecting for each of those. Notice there's a little bit of an overlap. The minimum grade that we're expecting, the maximum weight difference, that is the, when it's building a bracket, that's the maximum weight difference that it will put wrestlers within a group. The max power difference and the max experience difference. So, as you've seen, the wrestlers can have experience from 0 to, however many years. You can add divisions, add groups. If you need to edit any of these, you're certainly able to do so. So looking at the tournament menu, your check-in sheet, you can print this and have it at the scales. So as your wrestlers come in, you can write down their actual weights. You can also use it as your tool for knowing what wrestlers are there. The other way for wrestler check-in is you have a check-in screen. So you can come in and click as the wrestlers show up. You can check this box to show that they're there. And then when you're ready, you can click on remove no-shows, and that will remove any wrestlers from your tournament that do not have a checkbox checked in the check-in column. Print scan sheet. You'll want to print this for each tournament. This barcode changes for each tournament so that as the parents want to find the bouts for their wrestler, it's tied to the tournament that you're running for that day. And this bracket information over here is what the parents will see. We'll show them the bout numbers. But if you do either mat side scoring or if you do electronic scoring in the back room, it'll update this so that it'll show the score for the wrestler. And if you get a pin, it'll show a little gold medal there for the wrestler as well. That's all for the tournament menu item under view. Basically, it's the screen we're already looking at here. It shows us the various groups and divisions and the wrestlers. These menu items, the arrow allows you to move a wrestler from one group up. So if I click that, then it'll let me move that wrestler to a different group. You can edit a wrestler's information. So if you needed to change the weight or name or something like that, you could do that. And if someone came up and said, hey, Jude Robson is no longer here or he's sick, you could just click on the X to delete that wrestler. So once you've done your check-in and done your weigh-in, you're all set to go. The next step would be to bracket. So you'll notice under bracket, you bracket by divisions. None of these have checks beside them. And if I scroll down to view brackets, it tells me these have not been bracketed yet. So we'll go ahead and bracket the novice division. Are you sure? Yes. We click that, and now it's churning in the background as it's creating the brackets for us. All right, and so it brings us to the bracket screen, and we can see it's actually done a pretty good job here of putting all these wrestlers together. Put them in groups of 4 based on the criteria that we had set within the novice division and then the individual groups. So nothing, don't have to make any changes at all to this particular page. We'll go up on here. We can see we have Bryson Gardner, and so he's kind of a holdout because he has so many years experience difference than any of the other wrestlers in his group. This has got to be wrong because he's only 7 years old, and they say he has 6 years experience, so he's been wrestling since he was 1. My guess is somebody put the age, created this wrestler when he was 6. But in any case, I would take this guy and probably just drag him up to this bracket here. And the way you move a wrestler from one bracket to another, you notice it changed its color. I'll explain that in a second. And bracket 10 is now gone. So let's take this wrestler here from Celtic. The brown color tells us that he is this wrestler is in 2 separate brackets. So let's go ahead and move him. I'm going to just put him in bracket 12. He's 44 pounds, 2 years experience. Most of these have 0, but he's much lighter. And so he'll have a good time, get some good experience wrestling some heavier kids. So to move him, we just you left click, leave the click, and hold it down and drag it. The yellow color here indicates that there are less wrestlers in this bracket 11, than we told the system we wanted. And we can see that there's only 1 wrestler in that bracket. So I'm going to drag him down. So I'm going to left click, leave the click down, drag it down to 12, let go, and you can see he's now part of this bracket. The blue indicates that there are more wrestlers in that bracket than we expected. And that's okay. We told it we wanted 4. This is now a 5-man bracket, which is perfectly okay. One thing you want to try and make sure you do is, like up here, we don't want to have 2 LCA wrestlers side by side. And the reason for that is they would see each other in the first round. So we'll click on one of them, and just by clicking on him, send him to the bottom of the bracket. So Now there's LCA Jefferson Forest, LCA Liberty, LCA. And typically, I'd probably want to try and move one of those LCA guys out so that it's not 3 LCA wrestlers in the same bracket. You can see as we move down, we have another 54-pounder, 3 years experience, kind of hanging out here by himself, so we'll want to move him. Probably put him, I'd probably put him not in that one because you can see that would give me 3 Celtic. I'd probably put him up here. That way he's with some a little bit heavier wrestlers and maybe not quite as much experience, but it keeps him away from other teammates as well. So again, you can see we have LCA, LCA, Celtic. If we just click on one of them, it separates it. So now LCA will wrestle Celtic first and Celtic and LCA. We would repeat that process for each group until we were done. Once we're done, we still can't print brackets because we haven't bouted yet. So let's go bout. And when we go to bouts, it tells us we can't bout juniors and seniors because they haven't bracketed. Let's bout the novice division. And you can't see it at the bottom of our screen, but it indicates that it is working in the background. It's creating all the bout numbers. And there you go. So now it tells us it's done. So if I go to bracket, print the novice, we can see it generated all these bouts. So now you can see that novice has a check beside it that tells us that it's bracketed. And the same with bouts. It tells us it's been bouted. You can unbout a division if you need to. You can unbracket a division. Just be careful. If you unbout a division, it doesn't destroy the brackets. That way you could maybe move wrestlers around for some reason if you needed to. If you unbracket a division, it will unbracket and undo all the moves that you did. So just be cautious when you do that. Once everything has been bracketed and bouted, you'll want to print your brackets and bout sheets. You just saw the brackets, so let's look at the bout sheet. When I go to print bouts by division, again, it tells us we can't do anything with those because we haven't done anything with them yet. Over on the novice, you can print all rounds at one time or individually by round. I would recommend just printing round 1 first. That way you can go ahead and get the matches started. So I click on round 1 and it pulls up all of round 1 brackets for that particular division. If you're doing electronic scoring at the tables, obviously you wouldn't need to print these. But if you're doing electronic scoring in the back room, that would be based off of sending the paper bout sheets out and then someone in the back room collecting these bout sheets and then manually typing in the results. And you may do that if you don't have wireless or something like that in the gym available. You can print your coach sheets. So I'll print the novice. And so this is nice because it gives the coach one sheet of paper that has all, or however many sheets for their club based on how many wrestlers they have. But it gives them a listing of all their wrestlers and the bout numbers for those particular wrestlers so they can keep track of, where they are and what the results for each of those matches were. That is Autowrestle, the very quick, down and dirty, short version. I would suggest experimenting and playing with it. Certainly provide any feedback, comments are very much welcome and appreciated. Email me at autowrestle@gmail.com. Any comments, suggestions, and look forward to working with you guys and helping to make Autowrestle better. And as help becomes more and more difficult to get within all of our clubs, Autowrestle I think fills a gap just because you don't need as many people when you have a solution like this. I appreciate it and look forward to seeing you on the mat. Thanks.